Right, it is me again here from Sofia, Bulgaria, and I'm going to do the second Q&A video, which is a topic regarding employment in Bulgaria. So it is a Dutch guy, I suppose, who's asking, how do you find well-paying jobs in Bulgaria as an expat? So I've made an earlier video about this, and in regards to that, he asks, well, I said in the video that I wouldn't go to Bulgaria as a Dutch speaker for anything less than 1,250 euros net a month. And then he said, how do you find that sort of jobs where, let's say, you get 1,500 euros net a month? Because the only jobs he finds is customer service, help desk for about 1,100 euros a month. And I'm reading between the lines, I think he's already lived here and he did such a job and he could live decently off that. And he says that he saved 500 euros a month, after which he can now afford a student accommodation, I presume in the Netherlands. Well, first of all, being able to save 500 euros a month is a lot, so that's already a good job no matter what the job is. Nowadays, the EU is not doing so well in general. We're really struggling within Bulgaria, but within the Netherlands as well, and I suppose most Dutch people, at least 75% of people, is not able to put aside 500 euros a month. I'm not joking, the Netherlands is not doing that great, honestly. The cost of living is significant, energy bills have gone up tremendously, and that's actually the exact same case in Bulgaria. Like, most Bulgarians will not be able to put aside 500 euros a month, let alone 100 euros. So don't poo-poo that, because it's a lot of money that you can just put aside, as you just mentioned, you know. Not too bad. So take that into account, please. He says that I mentioned that there's indeed jobs for 1,500 euros net. Yes, there is. There is. So he says, after I finished my studies, I want to do another adventure abroad. But how do you find such jobs when you have a university degree? He says he wants a more general answer for the other viewers as well. But I suppose he's doing a bachelor or master's degree in the sciences, in what is it, physics, let's say, or what is it? It doesn't really matter. So he's wanting me to answer, for starters, 5+ years, professionals and all that. So first of all, sorry, but you're wrong that there's only customer service roles here in Bulgaria. I'll just open my LinkedIn right now. LinkedIn is actually my preferred platform for job searches anywhere, it doesn't matter. So what you do is you make your LinkedIn profile, you make a fairly decent, complete profile of yourself. What you do then is you go to the jobs tab, you type in Dutch in the location Sofia, Bulgaria. So Dutch is a skill that you have, which you can use to your benefit in other countries. It's a sort of shortcut, let's say, to working for big corporations abroad where you otherwise wouldn't have a chance in the Netherlands. With your degree, you very likely will have a chance within the Netherlands to have a fairly decent job. So don't necessarily look to move abroad. I know the Netherlands has its issues with the housing market, but you'll probably be fine in the Netherlands if you have your science degree. It is a STEM degree, which I don't have. I've studied international business. It serves me very well. I work in pharmaceutics currently, but what kind of jobs I do, perhaps it requires another video. In either case, I'm opening the LinkedIn page for Dutch jobs here in Sofia, and indeed I see some customer service agent jobs. But what I also see is project support coordinator with Dutch for Thermo Fisher Scientific, which was previously PPD, pharmaceutical product development. So that's become Thermo Fisher Scientific. That's a large corporation you'll have to, or you'll want to have on your CV if you're in your 20s or early 30s. That's how you can actually build your experience. So how I look at it is I moved away from the Netherlands to make a sidestep So 2014 is when I left my country, and it wasn't really working for me at the time. We've had the economic crisis just before. There were not many jobs. I didn't see uh, any progress in my career. I was an IT specialist, but I was a bit impatient and I wanted to, let's say, move things along further. I wanted to have big corporations on my resume. So I made a sidestep and I was looking to make a sort of synergy. A synergy is just that you combine several factors into one and make that combined factor work for you. So everyone should do that in his or her position. So for you, the synergy can be the combined skill of speaking Dutch. Besides that, you might be a young single guy, meaning you can just move abroad on short notice. You have EU working rights, which will work to your advantage. That means you can not only work in Bulgaria, but also in Poland, where you don't really have a housing crisis. You can go work in, well, the rest of Europe is a bit, well, even Belgrade in Serbia, which is not the EU, but you'll still be able to work there, provide from significant lower cost of living. You can go freelance, you can go self-employed with your skills, whatever these may be. But I just mentioned the project support coordinator with Thermo Fisher Scientific. You'll be able to get 3,500 leva gross for that, if not 4,000, if you're a Dutch speaker, easily. Senior technical writer is another position I see here. That's probably with Dutch. You can work for Coca-Cola. Doesn't have the greatest reviews. Seems to be kind of a hard place to work for here, at least. But you can be a, what is it? Continuous improvement consultant or something. Decent job. You'll be able to get a lot more than 3,000 leva. Customer service specialist I see with some random companies. I see payroll specialist with Dutch for the Adecco group. You'll be able to get 3,000 leva gross, I suppose. Then I see LabCorp, which is a CRO. LabCorp is a clinical research organization, which you'll be able to get into with your bachelor's degree in the sciences, whichever science it may be, doesn't matter. Medical information associate, patient safety services. You'll be doing pharmacovigilance. Will lend you can get 3,800 leva a month gross. You'll be able to get that. If you land yourself in the job interview, you'll get your first offer and then you're able to negotiate. That's all part of the experience and of your learning curve. So you shouldn't look down on these customer service roles either, because these might not pay as much, but still for Bulgaria it's salary a lot of people will be envious of. So you get the benefit of speaking Dutch and you'll be able to, only because of that, have a higher salary. Is it fair or not? It doesn't really matter. It's a free market. Everyone should go where they're treated best. It's what everybody does. You're not holding up your hand, so you work for a fair wage, you know. What else do they have? TMF specialist with IQVIA, trial master file specialist, where you'll be taking care of archiving. You can do that as well. There's jobs with Cargill, there's work from home opportunities with Dutch, with TELUS International, which is a large call center, but you'll be able to work from home. That's a benefit a lot of Dutch people don't have anymore because they're working in a hybrid fashion. So you'll be able to actually work from your home, your apartment in Sofia, and you'll be better off than most Dutch people who need to commute to their office and pay for gas and everything, and lose a lot of time in their commute. You don't have to do that if you live in Bulgaria. So even with a job that you might be less willing to take, you'll still afford a better lifestyle than in your own country, the Netherlands, because you'll have your decent salary combined with lower rents. You actually have 20 holidays that you can take within the first 6 months even, or half year, and you'll be pretty fine. So PPD, which is now Thermo Fisher, has the product support coordinator role, and now I'm on page 3. Junior AML specialist with Ernst & Young, not a bad position either. Marketing specialist, Benelux and Nordics with another company. Senior analyst with Coca-Cola again. Transcriber with Dutch and English for TELUS again. You can be a LinkedIn expert for Concentrix. It's a job that I was recently given. Then I see the job that I had with IQVIA, Associate Site Manager with Dutch, where you'll be doing clinical trials. That's a job that you want to have on your resume as well if you want to go into pharmaceutics or just international business in general. You'll be starting these international clinical trials in the Netherlands, but remotely from Bulgaria, because IQVIA has its biggest offices here. You'll be able to land 4,000 leva gross a month. Only requirement is that you have a bachelor's degree and you actually speak Dutch. Whereas if you only have your degree, you might not be able to land that job in the Netherlands with IQVIA because there's more competition, just that. So moving to Bulgaria can be a sidestep where suddenly you turn something that's very common in the Netherlands, you speak Dutch, basic, everybody does. In Bulgaria, that's a benefit because these large corporations have international offices here and they want Dutch speakers here because the corporation can hire you for less money having you seated here as compared to the Netherlands. So that's what you'll want to do. Now how did I make my own career work in Bulgaria? I suppose that will be worth another video again, which I might do at a separate stage. But look a bit further than what you're seeing currently. Look a bit further. Use the LinkedIn. Write to the recruiters. There's actually a whole lot of jobs that are not even mentioned on the platform. Use jobs.bg as well, and you will find jobs with titles that are anything other than customer service. So I hope that answers your question. You do need to put in some more effort because the opportunities are really out there, even only if you speak Dutch. That's more than enough. All right. Thank you for the good question.